Hi there, my name's Catherine and this is my channel So Much Sewing. Today I'm going to talk you through my recent make for my entry into the Sew Wrapped challenge. That challenge has now of course finished. It finished on Sunday the 27th and so Kristen and Gabrielle are right this moment thinking about all the entries and trying to decide who gets prizes. I don't know how they're going to decide that, because from what I could see there were so many amazing makes and everybody deserved a prize. Happily, there were gazillions of prizes donated by different pattern companies, and of course the very generous prizes donated by Gabrielle from Cloth Edit and Kristen from the Dahlia Society themselves. They were very, very generous. You know, they're just small businesses, and I thought that they were very generous with their offerings of prizes. Also on this channel I will talk to you about a couple of previous makes, and the reason why I'm talking to you about previous makes is because well, actually I'll tell you, today I'm wearing my toaster sweater. This is the version 2, which has the side splits. Are you going to be able to see? It's a bit sort of looser fitting and it has side splits in it, the option 2, and this is made in a absolutely gorgeous merino that I got from the Drapers Co, which is a fabric store here in New Zealand. And I've hauled this out of the cupboard because while we're this close to summer, we've just been hit by torrential rain. The temperatures have cooled down, and so I've pulled this out. I did have it packed away, and I also pulled out another item that I was going to wear, you know, unexpectedly, and I pulled it out and I thought, actually, I haven't shown this on my channel because I made it before I started my channel, and I'm actually quite proud of this make. I'm going to blow my own trumpet here and say that I am quite happy with the make. So I thought I would show you that, and I also then immediately thought about another make that I made for my husband, a jacket, and so I thought I would show you that too. And then later on in the video I'm going to take you through some clothing that I made for my granddaughter who's 4.5, and I know children's sewing is not everybody's cup of tea, and so I'll put that at the end. And if you don't want to see that, then that's fine, I won't be offended. You can just gloss over that. Also, I have an idea on something that I will make for my granddaughter out of the beautiful, beautiful fabric from the latest Dahlia Society bespoke box, the Sugar Plum Fairy box, and so I've got an idea on what I will make for her, so I will talk you through that as well. So the first thing to talk about is my Sew Wrapped make, my entry into the Sew Wrapped challenge on Instagram, and this is it. It's the Cashmerette Roseclair dress. When I stop waving this around, I will put some pictures in for you so you can get the full length view. But I made the sleeves. They're a little bit different. They're a little bit shorter than the long version and they're longer than the short version. So I just kind of zhuzhed them a little bit, and they're sewn onto a cuff. You'll see in my plans video for this, you'll see that I did cut the bodice through here. It was gaping, and so I did make an adjustment through here on the bodice, which was very, very successful, and it's something I had not done before. Well, I haven't made a wrapped garment before, so I hadn't made that adjustment before. And actually I'm not a huge adjustment person, although in the last little while I've been making more and more adjustments on my garments, and I guess that's just a progression. I feel a lot more comfortable with my sewing. I have said previously that I've been sewing for a long time, but there's been big periods in my life where I don't sew, but I've taken it up and I've been sewing again for the last maybe 3 years, or it was before the pandemic hit, so yeah, over 3 years. And so I suppose I'm just getting a lot more comfortable with making adjustments, and I'm sort of finding I'm doing them without thinking, so that's a good thing. I made the standard size 14. My bust measurement and my hip measurement put me in a 14, but my waist was a 16. But I saw that there was some reasonable amount of wearing ease in the garment, so I thought that the size 14 would work, and I think it does. If I made it again, I may decide to go up to 16 at the waist, but I feel like it works fine. And I do love this dress, and I love the way it looks. I put one frill on the bottom, one big frill on the bottom, which I can talk to you a little bit more about. But yeah, a wrap garment, it's not one that I have worn in the past few years. When I was larger, I did not feel at all comfortable wearing a wrap garment because I carried my weight out the front here. I was an apple shape, but it was all in the front, nothing in the back. It was all out in the front, and so I never felt comfortable wearing a wrapped garment because I felt that it was, you know, like flashing neon pink signs going, look at that chick's tummy. So for myself, I wasn't comfortable with it. But, you know, obviously I've seen wrapped dresses on other plus size ladies and they look fantastic on them. So it's all, you know, it's all personal choice. It's all personal feeling. It's how you feel wearing the garment. And I just never felt comfortable with a wrap garment. And coincidentally, I had just started thinking about wrap garments before this challenge came along. So it kind of seemed, you know, that it was the perfect timing for me. So I was really happy to jump on board. And while I do like this garment, and while I do feel like it looks quite nice on me when I'm standing up, I'm just not sure what it's like when I'm sitting down, because I've got the whole pooch situation. I've got a lot of loose skin around there after having lost weight, and so when I sit down, I don't know, maybe I need to take some pictures and actually see if it's a problem. It might not be a problem at all. I might just be worrying about something for no good reason. So yeah, I guess I'll take some pictures and see how I look sitting down in it. I certainly love the way it looks, you know, when I'm standing up straight and tall and you know, all that. So that is good. Now the fabric I made this out of is a blush pink crepe animal print. Yep, you can see the texture showing up there nicely. And this fabric came from the fabric store. I had some in my stash. I had about 3 meters. And then when I knew I was making a wrap dress, I saw that the fabric store was having a sale, and I bought another 3 meters at half price. So I had plenty of fabric to make a dress. And it turned out I had just enough. I thought I would have a lot left over. The Cashmerette Roseclair dress said you needed something like 5 meters or 5.5. I'm not sure what it was. And so I thought I would have some left over. But I did something else when I made this dress that I have never done before. Actually, let me see if I can grab this contraption. What I did when I made this garment is I used my ruffler foot. Oh, look, it's got, see, proof that I've used it. It's got stuff on it. What a beast. I mean, look at that. It's, it looks, I watched a YouTube video on how to use it, and actually I can't remember the name of the lady's channel now, but I'll link it below. Anything I do mention, any companies or people, I'll link down below. And she called it, she thought it looked like a medieval torture device, and she's not wrong. And boy, it is a beast. Like that, you can change the settings here, you can change the settings here. And so, you know, when you're making gathers yourself, you can just make, you know, nice little cute little how would you call them, just, you know, minimal gathering. But this thing, even on the lowest setting, and you know, I did do some practicing with it, but I obviously need to do some more work with it. But from what I found, even on the lowest setting, it just powered through, it churned the fabric through, and it used so much fabric. You get an amazing ruffle, don't get me wrong, and I think that when you have got the hang of how to use it, it will be beautiful. I mean, look at those. Oh, sorry, it's hard to get a good, hard to show this off in good light. There we go. Can you see that? They're really nice gathers, you know, nice and uniform, but it uses an awful lot of fabric. And so going back to the weight of this, this is a nice sort of hefty, oh, look at that. It's quite a, it's not a thin and wishy-washy crepe. It's quite a nice hefty crepe anyway. And so when you've got all that big weight on the bottom, excuse me, it does kind of weigh the dress down a little bit. So I'm in two minds. I might shorten it. I might even take the ruffle off altogether. I might shorten it to an, actually it would be quite a cute little above the knee dress. But overall, I'm extremely happy with how it turned out. I've got, you know, no regrets. And yeah, it was the first challenge, Instagram challenge that I've ever entered. And I'm very happy with the result. Just before I finish talking about the Roseclair dress, I'm sure you've all seen it. You all know this pattern, the Cashmerette Roseclair dress. It's an amazing range of sizes and bust cup options. Sorry, the light, I'm filming this after work, and so the light is probably going to fade, but anyway, so yeah, an amazing array of bust cup options and sizes. It goes from a size 0 to 32, so you know, it fits everybody. The next make that I would like to talk to you about is the Octave Coat by Love Notions. This is, I love this. I love this. In fact, I was just talking to Hayley from the Hay Meadow on Instagram over the weekend, and because she did a video where she talked about Love Notions pajamas, and I said to her that, you know, the Love Notions patterns sometimes are a bit underrated and a bit overlooked, but they are fantastic. I mean, they are reasonably priced, and they do have their amazing Friday specials. Every Friday they do a different pattern for $5, $5 American dollars. So you can pick up some really good, really wearable, really great patterns for $5 US, which is probably about £5, I suppose, and it's about 10 New Zealand dollars. So you can't go wrong. And this pattern here goes from sizes XS up to 5X. Actually, I don't remember what size I made. I do know I made an XL, which has, it's only got the sizing in inches here. It's a 42 high bust and a 44 full bust. I do feel it's a little bit roomy on me, but that's cool. It means you can put a huge big jumper underneath it and be snugly warm. So as I say, I thought I would show this to you because I pulled it out of my cupboard because we are slammed back in the middle of miserableness, and I needed to wear this to stay warm. But this, here we go, I'll try and straighten myself out and try and do a good job here and make it look nice for you. So this is it. When I stop waving it around, I will put some pictures in of me wearing it. This is a Liberty sweatshirting. I'm sure the pattern is called the Tree of Life, and I know the fabric store is where I got it from, the fabric store here in New Zealand, and I know they've got this in a different substrate at the moment. They've got it in stock as a swim fabric. Look at those colors, they're just beautiful, and the beautiful flowers on it. I didn't have enough fabric to do the entire coat. I used some sweatshirting that I also got from the fabric store to line the hood and to put these panels in the front here. This is a really interesting pocket construction. You've got the facing there. This pocket, when I attached it upside down with right sides facing here. Yeah, and you can't see on the inside because I lined it. Well, I lined part of it. For some reason, and I don't know why, I had some green satin lining in my stash. So I used that to line the front section. So the pockets is all nicely hidden inside there. I used some bias binding on this section. I bias bound this seam here, but I did leave the armholes raw, and I did leave the inside sleeve seam raw. But I did a load of top stitching. You can see on the hood there and on the exterior, loads of top stitching. And on the front there, I'm really proud of this make. I think it's gorgeous. And I get lots of compliments every time I wear it. So I'm really proud of this, and I wanted to blow my trumpet and show you. So I hope you don't mind. The light's going all funny, isn't it? I hope it's okay. I hope it's not too distracting for you, but I can see that the light's coming in and out. Wow, that's shining really brightly now. Can I sit back? That might help. The next thing I would like to talk to you about is this pattern here, Simplicity S9388. I hadn't realized, but it's actually a bit of a cult classic. I made this a little while ago for my husband. I made it in a navy needle cord that I got from Spotlight, which is like our Joann's in New Zealand. So there's lots of top stitching on it. Sorry, there's fluff and stuff all over it. As you know, we have lots of animals. We have 3 cats, 3 dogs, and we have 3 chickens outside as well. Not that I get covered in their fluff, but you know, we've got animals, and so I try really hard to make sure that the clothing that I wear to work and wear out, you know, socially and what have you, is not covered in cat hair and dog hair. I work very hard at that. My husband works a little less hard. He doesn't mind. So this probably has got a little bit of fur and stuff on it, so I do apologize for that. But this is another make I'm very happy about, very pleased with. I didn't have enough of this fabric because, rookie mistake, when I purchased it, I forgot about the nap. And so when I came to cut it out, I had a little less fabric than I needed. So I had to actually go back and buy another meter. Luckily enough, I got it from the same bolt, and the color match was perfect. But then I had to put this on the inside facing, which nothing wrong with that. I'm happy with that. My husband really likes it, and so it's all good. But these some lovely details. Again, I did lots of top stitching, a bit of fluff there. I did lots of top stitching, and so I just was very happy with this make. I've made shirts and things before, and I always have struggled with the cuffs. You know how you, oh, can you see, you know, you sew the cuff on that way and then you flip it over and pull it down. I've always struggled with that, but I don't know why. So I always end up with a little bit of a glitch here, but I did sort of pull it down and I hand stitched it and, you know, fudged it up. We're always so critical of our own work, aren't we? But you know, I'm sure nobody else would notice, but I just see every little defect. But despite that, this is a make that I'm very happy and very proud of. Before I get on to the sewing for my granddaughter, I just thought I would give you a bit of an update on this Gabby dress from Fibre Mood. I have talked to you before about wanting to make this dress, and I actually am making this dress. I'm in the process of it now. I've made a twirl. My original plan was that it would be a top or a very short dress, and that I had hoped it was going to be my Christmas Day dress. It's not going to be my Christmas Day dress, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Wow, look at that crazy lighting now. Can you even see me? Oh, there we go. Back on again. So it's not going to be my Christmas Day dress, but it's more than likely going to be my Boxing Day dress. And I'm going to do a whole video about this. I'll do a pattern review because I think it deserves a whole video all to itself. So it's all going well. There's no dramas. But yeah, I'll be doing that again soon. I probably will film that this weekend because I'm nearly finished my make. So I will probably film it this weekend. Moving on to clothing I made for Lisa, my granddaughter. I made these quite a while ago. I made them as a sort of a pair of pajama pants. I love that fabric with the geese on it and that colour. It's a cotton jersey with minimal stretch. And I've used a ribbing for the shorts. I really can't remember what pattern I used. I'm sorry for this. I have no idea, but it's a fairly standard, I would say, shorts pattern. And I made this t-shirt. And when I made this t-shirt, what did I do? Can you see? I put the neckband on the wrong way around so that the join is in the center here. And funnily enough, I was watching a video from Rachael from the French Seams recently, and she had done the same thing. But I do believe she took the neckband off again and fixed it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is. I made this ages ago, and I didn't send the set down to them because I was a little bit embarrassed about that. But I really don't think they're going to mind. I probably only mind because I'm a sewist, and you know, we're hard on ourselves and we like perfection. But you know, it'll probably be noticed, but I'm sure it won't be an issue. And I think that's why I didn't send it down to them ages ago when I made it. But I'm taking some other things down, so I just thought I may as well take those down with me as well when I go and see them at Christmas time. The next make I have, you will recognize this fabric possibly if you've seen any of my videos before. You might have seen that I made a nightie for myself out of this fabric. It's an absolutely lovely Liberty jersey with a Kylie in the Machine label. I used this pattern here, which you won't recognize. I basically just did the shell and didn't put these frills on. I have made this dress previously, not with the appliques, but with the frills on the bottom. I have made it for her previously, and so this time I just made it into a, well, it's probably tunic length. I don't know that it might be a dress length, or it might be a long t-shirt. I just don't know. I don't know her measurement. She's 4.5, but I know that she's wearing clothing for sort of like a 7 or an 8-year-old because she's tall. And I know that she's 115 centimeters tall, and I know that she's 25 kilos, and that's all. I haven't seen her for at least 6 months, and you know, kids of that age, they just go, don't they? They suddenly shoot up. So I really don't know. I'm going to have to buy her mother a tape measure so that I can ask her to continuously take measurements, so I know that the clothing that I'm making her is actually going to fit her. But that will at least be a t-shirt, if not a tunic or a dress on her. Out of the same fabric, I made some little bike shorts. I feel like they're going to be too big but really, who knows? Who knows? I didn't know how wide to make the elastic, so there's really not a lot of stretch in it. So I imagine she's probably going to wear these maybe even next summer. I don't know. But they can stay in the drawer until she's ready to wear them. That's no drama. We all need clothes on standby. And the last item I made her is this dress here, made out of the same fabric as this. So it's a cotton jersey with very little stretch, raglan sleeves, and this frill on the bottom. The pattern I used for that is this one here. Again, what I made doesn't really look much like this, which is a good thing. You know, we like things to look a bit different, don't we? We play around with them, and each time you make them, you make it slightly different. This here is leftovers from a t-shirt that I made myself. I haven't hemmed the bottom. I think I've cut it quite nicely, nice and neatly, so you won't be able to tell. Obviously it needs a press. Yeah, another Cardy machine label. And I didn't have quite enough fabric, so I had to put a seam across the back where there was no seam. I had to piece it together, but again, I don't think anybody will notice. Using my Mariflex thread on this, and on this. I didn't have Mariflex thread when I made this, but I do enjoy Mariflex. What did we do before Mariflex came along? It's so good. I mean, obviously a lot of it's done on the overlocker, but where it's not, I mean, I did all this top stitching with the Mariflex, top stitched around the neckline here. I just think it's fantastic. I do have a couple more plans for Lisa. I am going to make this Rebecca Page circle cardi. So I've got the pattern all cut out, all taped together and cut out. So I just think that's very cute, and I'm going to make that, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to make it out of this, I think this is cotton as well, cotton spandex. There's a lot here, which is good. I'm just going to keep using it, you know, as time goes on. So she's probably going to get garments out of this for 3 years. So hopefully I'll get time to make that before I go away as well. And I have not made any Emma Page garments before, so it'll be an interesting process. And this here is a 5 out of 4 patterns, which I haven't made any of their patterns before. Sorry about that light. This is the Wanda. Yes, that's not a good picture at all. But here are the line drawings. Oh, you can't see that either. What about if I do this? I'm all class here, all professional. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I will have to put pictures up. But it's essentially just a plainish t-shirt with a bit of a... Oh, look at that lighting. I'm so sorry. Hello, that's better. Thank you. It's got a... let's try that again then if the lights come back. That's better. Look at that. So it's got a puff sleeve on it. And it also has this kind of different kind of a puff sleeve. This one's got the puff up here, and this one's sort of puffed through here. So have I cut that one out? I've cut that one out. I have no idea what sleeve I cut out. I remember thinking, oh, that's not very puffed at all when I cut the sleeve out. So perhaps I've cut this one here. perhaps that's the one I've cut, because I remembered thinking that it didn't look like it was going to have much of a puff here. But I'll check this out, see how we go with that. I've got this here, which is a bit of a textured, it's all very wrinkled, but it's a textured, I'm not sure if that's coming out. I think you can get an idea of the texture in this orange colour. They do, she and her mother, Lisa and her mother, do like these bright colours. And so I'll make a t-shirt with this to start off with, to test that pattern. And again, this will be a fabric that I make probably several. It doesn't have a lot of stretch in it one way, and it's a reasonable stretch the other way. I'll probably end up making over time several items out of this fabric. So I hope they like it. And I do believe that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. So I hope that video is not too long. It's 40 minutes as it is, but I know I'll have some things that I need to cut out of it. So hopefully it's not too long for you. So the next video I will make, as I say, will most likely be, oh, that's good lighting right there, right at the end of the video. The next video will be about the Gabby dress. As I say, I've nearly got that finished, and I really like it. So that's a bit of a spoiler alert. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Again, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching to the very end, if that's what you've done. Apparently YouTube algorithms really like you to do that. So yay, thank you. And yeah, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet already, I would appreciate it if you would, please. And I would appreciate it if you hit the notification bell so that you know that another video of mine has been posted online. And because when YouTube sees people subscribing and people hitting the notification bell, YouTube's algorithm then suddenly goes, oh, this, you know, this video is worth watching. Other people are looking at it, so it sort of, you know, sends it out further afield into YouTube land. And so that's what it's all about. I would like to grow this channel. I appreciate the fact that over 500 people have subscribed already. So, you know, again, thank you. I find it quite amazing, because as a person, I don't really like to talk about myself, and I don't really like to, you know, do lots of talking. So I'm astounded at myself for actually having made so many videos already, and astounded that people want to listen to me and come back again and watch me week after week. So, you know, thank you. That's so nice. But so, yes, I would like to grow the channel more. And, you know, talking about that sort of thing, put some comments down below. Tell me what you think I could do better, what you think I could do different. If there's some content that you might like to see that I haven't shown you already. I have put a video out saying things that you won't see on my channel, and I probably won't be doing any of those things. But, you know, if I can do something differently, I will. I know that I very often forget to mention the sizing on patterns, but it is in the back of my mind, and I am trying to get better about that. So yeah, let me know what you think I'm doing well. That would be nice. But I also would appreciate some comments letting me know what you think I could do a little bit better, or, as I say, other content you think you would like to see from me. So that is it. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and have my dinner, and I will see you next time. Bye.